Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. So we are reacting to another Rotary connection song called "I Took a Ride," and this is Minnie Riperton is on the lead vocals. So yeah, Deeper Dives requested this as well. So thank you so much, Deeper Dives, for requesting. If anybody else has a request, there's a link in the description to send any over. But let's go for it.
There's no corners on my road.
Wow, guys, that really took me. I didn't really say much. I feel like I had my eyes closed for the most part of that song. Like it just was taking me on a different, in taking me. It took me somewhere else. I was just like, whoa, like, and it's funny how the song is called. I took a ride in my caravan. You know, um, and that's what it's about. I feel like it's magical. Like I just listened to "I Must Be There" from their album, and there was like the feedback that I had, or the effect that it had on me. It kind of made me feel like I just went around the world. Like it took me a trip around the world type thing, and I feel like the same effect. This had the same effect, although it didn't take me around the world, but it took me around some other planet, basically. And especially like the lyrics that she was saying, Minnie Riperton, about like there's no corners of the earth for me type thing, and I just kind of, it's like that freedom and like the limitlessness of that sort of that lifestyle. I was like, what was I gonna say? Like the gypsy lifestyle, and like of being a traveler, the traveler lifestyle type vibes is what I'm getting from this, of just being free and not really being stuck in one place. And it definitely tells the journey. I feel like there's moments of this song where I wrote this down, and like there's so many switch ups though, is what I picked up. I feel like they do that a lot with their songs, is what I've seen. And this is literally just the second song that I've listened to of theirs, and I feel like there's this running theme of like there's a lot of switch ups, and it's very unique and very up and down, almost reflecting the experience of life. Life is never sort of just like this, or it's never just like this, or never just low. It's like it's up and down, and it has its moments. And I feel like this song really represents that, especially like it's almost like reflecting the emotions of a person that is contemplating like leaving this world, not in that way, obviously, God forbid, but leaving the constraints of the world behind and having like those sort of moments of realization. And I feel like the moments where it's really slow, like, because there's bits where it's really sort of slow and stripped back, and then there's bits where it's really high and like these bits that are really sort of quiet and stripped back. That's not one of those moments. So there's moments that is really full, and like where you feel like, oh, they're on this road trip, like it's exciting, it's this, and then it kind of goes back down to mellow, and I feel like it's almost reflecting like the reflection, because the lyrics are very reflective, very like, and obviously to even consider going for a ride and leaving the constraints of of society, you have to go through these forms of lows, if you like, or as they call it, the dark night of the soul, where you kind of come to your own, and you kind of, you reflect on things to then realize that, okay, like this is where freedom is, and it's a very like traveler song. I know it's called Caravan. I took a ride in my caravan, or I took a ride. It's just giving that vibe of like road trip vibes, you know. Um Rotary connection. And I love it. Like I just feel like they're so, and I heard the sitar again that they had in there, which I like. They kind of, for the last two songs that I've heard, it wasn't as heavy in this one, but you definitely felt that presence. And so that in itself, and obviously the fact that the album is called Aladdin, it just adds to that more of like, of seeing the world and being free and not trapped in a castle or the constraints of society. Like, the song, I can show you the world, a whole new world. That vibe, that's what it's giving, but instead of a carpet, it's a caravan, and I love that. And I just really love, they're really unique in what they do. Like I love the harmonies that they use in their songs. Like I really like it. And the vocals in this one, in comparison to the other song, because it was I Must Be There, that was what I listened to. And the harmonies and the vocals were sort of more clouded into the instrumental, and the instrumental sort of picked up. Whereas this one, the vocals are very much present. Minnie's vocals were very much present. And there's also bits where you could hear it. I hope you guys could pick up on that from the audio. Hopefully it's loud enough for you. But when you're listening to it in headphones, you can kind of hear there's like elements of her like main vocals, and then there's elements of her when she does her like high note. It wasn't quite the whistle note, but it was really high note that she does. That's so signature of her voice, which is really nice to know, because if I didn't know that this was Minnie Riperton, like if you didn't tell me deeper dives when you sent over the song, I would have probably found out eventually looking at the context. But it's nice to kind of know beforehand, I guess, that little detail, because you hear her signature sound as well, and I love that. Yeah, her tone really suits this voice. I just really love the harmonies. Their vocal arrangement's crazy. Like they really shake a soul. They really appreciate vocals in their songs. And that's like the chaoticness, and then it goes back down. This bit. It's kind of like steady, that steady dum. It's like, where are we heading now? Let's get grounded again. And then it's like, okay, now, and then it's like the wheels are turning. It's like that up and down nature of being free. Like when you're on that path of freedom, you kind of go through all those up and downs, because that's part of the journey. And I feel like this is definitely like, I took a ride, but I don't feel like it's necessarily like just meaning I took a ride, obviously, in my caravan, but it's what the meaning behind that, if that makes sense. Let's have a little look at the lyrics before actually we look at the context. So, yeah, there's no corners on my wall. I've opened all my soul. Come again another day so I can spend another day with you. I took a ride in your caravan. Could you ever come? Would you fight for everyone and to be in love with you? Life's so changeable. Oh, so that's kind of about love, which is interesting. There's no corners on my wall. I will open all my soul. But that could be another day, and life will come another way with you. It's just interesting what I interpreted from the instrumental, but I guess we all take our meaning from each song, right? And that's the beauty of music, is that it all applies to everybody differently depending who's listening. But yeah, I like that there's no corners on my wall. I will open all my soul. That's the bit that I heard, and I think that's why I interpreted it the way that I did, because of these two lines. But obviously the other lines that I didn't pick up on when I was hearing it were more about love. But then, yeah, like you could interpret that in any way. Could you ever come? Would you fight for everyone? And to be in love with you. Life's so changeable with me. That's it. Life's so changeable. That's interesting that I picked up on that. I didn't even hear that. But that's what the vibe that I get from the song is, like, life is like this, and not like it is change. It switches up, and they reflect that belief and that mentality and perspective into their songs and into the instrumental, which is really cool. And let's have a little look at the context now then. So I took a ride. Psychedelic soul track by the Chicago-based Rotary Connection. So released on the album Aladdin, and obviously Minnie Riperton on the vocals. Sitar, I love the sitar in this. They use that in the last song. It's just beautiful instrument, man. It's just instantly, as soon as you hear a sitar, it just instantly feels spiritual, man. Like, it's just gorgeous. It is such a beautiful instrument, though. It's such a unique and like, yeah, it has so many strings. It's just a magical instrument, man. The way it's made and the way it's constructed and the way it's been crafted, the instrument is like, it's been made to tap into different frequencies, because it's not limited to just 6 strings. You know, it's not limited to 6 strings. There's so many ways that you can play the sitar that make different sounds, and I feel like it just adds to that infinite nature of the universe. So I always feel like the sitar has quite a spiritual vibe to it, even if, you know, in its own right, is basically what I'm saying. Not because it's attached to to particular culture, although Indian Asian culture is very much spiritually rooted anyway, so I guess both are spiritual and elevated and connected to the high realms in their own right. So that's why I love sitar. But the sound. So their music is a genre bended fusion of rock. That's interesting, rock. Yeah, I guess there's elements. That's the thing. It's like there's so many elements in it that you can't really put it into one genre. But then there's inspirations and elements of all: soul, pop, classical music. Stephanie's sweeping orchestrations combined with Ripperton's 5-octave vocal range gave the band a heavily progressive cinematic feel. They always give a very cinematic feel with their music. Well, always. I've listened to 2 songs, but from this album, I definitely get that. Oh wow, I Took a Ride Caravan, originally written by Japanese psych pop artist Harumi Ando. Wow, is an expansive raga-styled psychedelic swirl that perfectly showcases the band's penchant for widely unconventional instrumentation. Defo unconventional, and I feel like I took a ride in my caravan, like the van life, but it is unconventional, although it's becoming more popular now. I feel like probably back then when they wrote it, it definitely was unconventional, and I think pairing all those ideas of unconventionality, that's a word, is cool. Yeah, this was really cool. Another great one from them. I'm really enjoying exploring them, actually. So thank you so much, Deeper Dives, for requesting another one of them and actually being able to hear a bit more of mini Ripperton, which is cool. So yeah, thank you so much, Deeper Dives. And to anyone who has a request, there is a link in the description to send that through. And yeah, if you really like the vibe that I create, you resonate with me, feel free to join the family, subscribe if you feel called to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I'm very grateful. Until next time, bye.